Hey, so I'll come out for a few minutes. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. Like I say, yeah, my dad was still here. I probably wouldn't be the way I am, and my wife is, because he was really the glue that held me together. You know, God took him away on purpose from me, and I've been suffering ever since. And ain't had nothing else good happen. It's always my fault for a lot of these things that are somewhat happening, I guess. And I'm just supposed to let other people, I guess, run me over with cards and or somebody could be like wanting to, they should, people like this crack whore ought to be on Steve Wilkos and Maury and all these shows that we dealt with. I don't have time for that. I ain't trying to be a hard ass, but when somebody interrupts me mid sentence, don't like what I say back, I can't help that. And I'm not changing right for wrong. I'm not going to make excuses for a person's bad choice they make. If I make bad choices, it should be my fault. My wife makes bad choices, it should be her fault. Everybody makes a bad choice once in a while. How big, how small, how big and how small, that's up to us. If we want to go out there and we want to be just like every other street whore out here, and if we want to be out here and pick up people off the side of the road, like my wife sometimes, and get a ride out in the street. Oh,
there may consequences to that, though. I won't come now.
Oh, it's all right. You go right ahead. I'm gonna get a hold of it. But now every time she turns around, he's one of these damn people. It's the last one out, what I call playing slap ass, sitting there laughing, giggling, cutting up, and then when my wife comes home, it's a whole different story, Derek. They won't come in the house. What do you got to be scared of? You got a voice too, just like I got. Everybody's got one. My button might not be as hard to push. I guarantee you, I'll find your button quick too. Because I tell you what, that's what I am good at. I'm good at pushing people's buttons. I ain't a people person. I ain't gonna sit here and lie about it. What did I got to lie about on that? It's just something I've been used to. I've said it many times. I don't care to say it again. But I mean, you know, school is the same way for me. Neighbors are the same way for me. I turned down a bunch of people. All right, but I've done it. I've done it all my life. I ain't changed for one person. You know, my wife took me for who I was and for what I was, and it wasn't about money to her. It wasn't about cards, and it wasn't about all this code game mess. And she ain't lying to me like a lot of you do out there. And you know, so I told her, I know we don't want to wind up sitting in here and being in this situation, but they ain't nothing to get, you know. But my wife don't throw her troubles on me. We talk about them from time to time, just to have something to talk about because we can actually make conversations. But yeah, my dad didn't have to do this because he enjoyed his sons. Like I said, if he was still here, I probably wouldn't even be doing this right now. But I have an empty spot in my heart. And no other man's gonna make me feel good. I don't want me and my wife to have to sit here and put up with what the family wants, what her family wants, what the gossip crowd out here wants in our local area. You know what I'm saying? I always get blamed for something. Everything's my fault. Like I told her, if I sat here and I just zipped up and didn't say a word and didn't look up at them, didn't say nothing, just let them talk down to me. That's what they do. But the minute I say something and I try to help somebody that says, "Oh, I want your help," that's when they're like, "Oh, I don't see it that way," but yet they'll come back probably, you know, like that one that we had up here a year ago. She come back after 20 something minutes. And, "Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's my fault. I should take the blame." Yeah. Quit throwing it on everybody else. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm just saying. I know people didn't see the person we're talking about. I don't have pictures, but it was a nightmare. And I should and I've always kicked myself in the foot. And I said I should have just took my ball and went home. I should have never allowed my wife to bring her down here. I was trying to do something nice, and I kicked myself in my own ass for allowing my. Oh, what are they, church stuff?
No, it's from Human Services.
Oh, it's probably the food
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10 is never.
They paid 53 cents on the 30th. 30th, because it gives the date.
I don't know. Well, it's
There's 2 on there.
make it easier. Oh,
Oh, here's the letter.
But
Later. It was on 542 Nashville, Tennessee.
I'm looking.
So disparate determination services.
We didn't find that.
Oh. We never done that, did we?
I don't see nothing.
We never filed anything. I don't think we did. Maybe our payees are what caught it. Because you know how she can do it.
What's that, Mr. Punchy?
And they did a video.
Just a bunch of baloney.
Baloney. That's one in Josh. Because they ain't claiming nothing. That's going in the trash.
Trash.
Trash. So did you want me to take these out and put in the trash can, buddy?
Yeah,
Okay.
Lord.
We didn't found that.
But anyway, sorry about that. But no, I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna sit here and half-ass around and take the blame for something that I didn't know about someone and their life history. And like I said, it's different when me and my wife sitting here. We can talk about each other's. But when you get one of these crack whores by mistake, whether they're doing it currently or in the past, it doesn't matter. Still crack whore. And I ain't that. Oh. And I'm just not that interested in trying to I'm not that interested in trying to sit and listen to somebody run me over with stuff and bring it up 10,000 times. That's just not me. But the internet needs, Facebook and Twitter and all them. They need a U-Haul. If a law was passed and if they got it where, get a law passed, you'd run half these people off, money stuff. Just making somebody pay you would run a good portion of them off because they wouldn't want to take out of their pocket. Because these people that's asking for cards and money and playing the code games, they've got some kind of money. But anyway, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell my wife, and I don't know. But we'll see if my wife's learned not to get in anybody else's car. I mean, she absolutely needs a ride. She knows Hazel's a call away, and she might get one of them nice cops down there that knows her. Maybe at times to bring her home. I don't know, but I just don't trust. I just don't trust people giving my wife their number anymore and all that stuff after what happened the other day. It was on purpose, and I know that person didn't know my wife. My wife didn't ever make her destination here in Tennessee. Her home destination, her state, was Florida. And she lives somewhere in between St. Petersburg or Tampa, something like that. And, so again, I've lived here and ain't nobody going to just come pick me up and say, oh, yeah, I think I know who you are. I don't get out 90-something% of the time. So, again, that just pretty well does that. But no, it's nothing against my wife. Sometimes she'll point fingers at me and tell me to be nice to y'all. Well, I can't be nice. Like I said, I'm a certain way, and if you buck on me, I'm gonna buck back. I'd be nice if I could. But I mean, my wife and I don't know. I don't have, any tricks. She don't have anything left. And so it's up to you guys. It's up to a female. If she's that serious, she can show that she's serious. I put videos out there. I don't want to have to scream and yell, but my voice has got a loud tone as it is anyway, without me yelling. So you just have to get used to it. Y'all got one too. I said everybody's voice box to get loud when he wants to.
Not mine. Not mine.
Well, when people get angry, that's but that's what I'm saying. But my voice is naturally loud anyway, no matter how I usually talk. So occasionally I can talk down low if I make myself do it, but I generally am talking pretty up loud and stuff. So no, I don't think I can do you any good by trying to admit to something I didn't really do to you. Man, if I have gotten a little right and a little ticked off at somebody, they asked for it, they got it. They're on what I call the shit list. So, that they ain't no if they ain't no right in their mind, well, there's always gonna be right in my mind. There's two ways to go, and I'm not going down their road. But if my wife don't want any more car rides, don't want any more adventures in the car, and then she can just tell these people at these stores and stuff, say, hey, I got two good legs, I can walk. If I actually absolutely have to have a ride, I'll keep my mouth shut, take the ride, get out of the car, thank them before I leave, and leave it at that. Like I said, what happened to her the other day was uncalled for, and on all fronts. And I know it was on purpose. There's no other way to look at that. Never has happened to me at all. Never. And it never should have. I mean, if she wanted to give my wife a ride home, I was fine with that. But when they start playing all them damn games and giggling around and slapping everybody's ass and and all that stuff, and then all right, goofing around, act like they're doing it, whatever, it didn't matter. The idea is you do all that, but you're not good enough to come to the door. You're not good enough to just step in and say, hello, my name's so and so, and something, a little something wouldn't hurt nothing. I mean, like I said, I didn't understand why the number was give out, to begin with. And that's the thing. My wife said she's learned, so we'll see. And because I don't want to see her get this way. I mean, I want something too, but I want something. Somebody I know me and her talks to. I don't care if it's on Facebook. I don't care if it's when we're out in the doctor's office, dentist office, or whatever. If they want something, they'll come get it. We shouldn't have to pay nothing, gas or whatever, if it's close enough to home. Yeah, and I don't think there's many people out here that's going to be aiming for this offer, but that's why I said it's going to be one person and one person only. Whoever she might be out there, I don't know if she's one of these people that goes to a church or whatever. It could just be somebody that never seen this place before. I don't know. It's like when I prayed for my wife, it took 1.5 years. I didn't tell nobody, not one person, not a soul. I wanted to see if it happened. If the signs would keep pointing toward, the only time anybody knew that there was kind of something going on was the day my wife called up there at what now would be the Family Diner, but at the time it was Jones Street Cafe. And that's the first time I heard anything of it, and even then I kind of downplayed it because I wasn't totally sure, because Granny didn't give me, or Gosper as I call her now, didn't give me a name per se, and so I wasn't totally sure if that was who I was thinking it was or what. So I just kind of played it off, and I thought, well, if something's meant to be, then it'll come. It'll come on its own. And I think it's the same thing here. Everybody knows what this is. It ain't wrong to put it out there. There's other people that does it too. You're going to get smart asses on social media. You're going to get some of them. Just because they look good on the outside doesn't mean every one I pick doesn't mean it's going to be, the right one. That's why you pick multiple people. Kerry Walker thing was an accident. Was totally an accident. Was not my intention. But I thought, well, and she wrote that big message. Just as an example, she wrote that big message. It kind of jerked something in me. 9 times out of 10, I just put you on the block list. But you don't get somebody that puts a long message out there and then goes through the whole hassle of doing that. They'll send a friend request, oh yeah, but not normally a long message or explaining stuff or talking or saying, hey, I don't remember what it was now. Like I said, it's been so a while ago, and I don't remember what messages were what. But no, I mean, I don't even know why Facebook has video call and the way he uses it or nothing. So I don't know. I don't know who voted on that feature and how it got to be a thing to do. I mean, I've rarely seen anybody use it. I've seen somebody, like, you'll look up somebody, in their find friends thing, and they'll give you options, and you'll see somebody make a 30-second video or 2-minute video or something showing something about. One of them could be showing something they bought at the yard sale. The next time there's one might be showing you what they're cooking, a recipe or something. But nobody generally takes anything serious, and we don't need to pay nobody nothing. Everything's here. They know exactly what to expect. It's not about money. That's going to be part of what in the end is going to be. There's going to be some money spent. There's going to be some places gone to, and etc. But there's no call for making excuses for these women on here and thinking that we always got to do the button pushing. I mean, we put videos up there. We sent y'all a message, friend request if we have. There ain't but about 30-something people currently. I don't add 100 and something a day. I just pick out a couple a day, and I'll use that if it's me. Sometimes if it's my wife, she'll just say hi, and she might put her photo on there. If it's me, I might say, for example, I usually, if it's in the morning, I'll put good morning or something, how are you doing or something. But generally speaking, though, sometimes sometimes if I think I've sent 2 or 3 friend requests, I may just send you a message or something. I don't want, because Facebook's particular about certain things. But no, it's just, I came up with something I didn't know was a thing until I looked it up myself. But, I never make guarantees. This is the new thing for me and my wife. But, it looked, like I said, it always sounded good on paper and looked good in my head. I was just trying to help me and her, because I know families and stuff ain't working out, and everybody's done got everything they want and then some, and they just ain't no room for us. And so I was hoping to find somebody kind of like a Kerry Walker or something, but somebody with a better head on their shoulders, wasn't out there fooling around with Facebook ads or whatever. If they actually had a job that they could actually say, hey, I've gotten paid and I've worked there for yada yada years. One of the worst things you can do is fall for one of these ads off there. You're getting all kinds of trouble. So anyway, it's not every day you're going to see something, and that's why a lot of times I play games. I play stuff, and my wife, she'll join in and play a couple rounds of something. But no, I mean, everybody learns the consequences. Whether they, it's just whether they want to say they have or not, So, oh, I know I wasn't saying you, I mean, but other people, whether they want to admit it or not, that's up to them. I mean, you can't play me for a fool and come in here and happy and smiling. Don't think I ain't thinking ahead of you. If I think there's something up, I'm gonna. If that's where my mind goes, and that's where my red flag system I got goes, and I keep catching on, eventually I'm gonna pull you aside and say, something to you, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. But it's one of them things, that a lot of people it shows they just don't have, they go, what's strange, and like I've said before, they can go to church and behave there, they can behave at a workplace, strangers over them, and everything else, tell them that they should, and they know what to do, but, they've got a boss over them. Yet they can go do all that, but for some reason they can't do one simple thing yet. Not one has yet. And that's just be you. But you can do that elsewhere. Stores, your kids, if there's kids with, women, if these women out here got kids, they'll do all kinds of stuff to make sure, I don't want to leave a bad impression on them, but the minute I meet Derek or Jessica out here, one or the other one's going to get, and I'm usually the one that gets the bad side, the bad news. Not always, but most of the time. And because usually when I'm seeing them in front of me, they're usually putting on a show. The opposite show that I hope they wouldn't, I'd hope that they would be good, but they always usually go with that stuff. Like I said, you find on movies and TV all the time. At times me and my wife will watch it just to get a kind of a laugh out of it sometimes, because these people are really stupid. It's dumb when you have to take somebody on a TV show just to have something get through their heads, Because a good portion of these people know what they've done and did do, and they know what they're going to say and do. There's no real reason to give them anything. They're doing this for the sole purpose and these people that's on these shows do it because they know they get a free meal. They'll go out there and they'll send a plane out nearby wherever their closest airport's at, or take a bus to them, or whatever. I mean, they don't have to pay nothing. People in the audience don't even have to pay for tickets. You just get a ticket. Say you want one, like Price is Right. You wrote letters in Price is Right. You could get free tickets. You just had to let them know what day you wanted to attend and what day you was going to be there. And they'd send if it was 10 tickets or whatever, I guess. I mean, Lord, I've seen a whole bunch. When Bob Barker used to host it, I don't watch it much now, but when Bob Barker hosted it, they'd have a whole cheerleading squad there of people, and a whole family full. So they don't put numbers or nothing on tickets. So, I mean, talk show tickets or nothing. So if you had a whole family full of them going, just let them know how many and what day you want to attend, and they'll mail them out to you. I guess that's what they do. Mail them out to you or whatever. But it's just it's just strange today. You can't go out and be yourself around nobody now. You can't be you, because everything bad's got to come out and got to be the main topic of discussion for some reason or another. They can't just have fun, and nobody can't seem to be relaxed or have anything nice to say for once. I've just noticed it. I mean, and I know, like I said, I don't live out there in these other areas and these other states or nothing, but I've just noticed a bunch of this crazy stuff. I don't know what to think about it. But you know, it's crazy. But yeah, anyway, I just thought I'd come out for a few minutes and kind of throw something out today. But anyway, well, there's a couple. But anyway, we'll see you later. Let's see.
This prophet's out there.